Hi, dear ones. We are going to begin shortly. I invite you to come over to the Insight Timer app to be part of our interactive experience if you wish. Come on over to Insight Timer. Welcome. There we go. Hi, friends. Welcome. We will begin shortly. Hi. So wonderful to be together. I know for some of you it's quite late, for others, quite early. Thank you all for being here. We will begin in about a minute or so. So I invite you to have everything you want and need. Hi, Gustavo. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Almaz. While we are waiting to officially begin, I'm going to step back and we'll have our sound test, as we always do. So I just want to make sure that when I'm back here at the mat, you can still hear this mic near my face well, and that you can still see. Hopefully the connection is good where you are. It says it's excellent over here between my computer and Insight Timer. So if you're ever having any issues, you can always log out and log back in. But how does that sound for you, friends? Could you hear me? Okay, almost as you wish. Uh, Often feeling restless is one of the best times to engage in our yoga asana practice because it helps to focus the mind and bring the nervous system from that active, anxious, restless, fight or flight response to the parasympathetic response, where we naturally feel restful and able to be still. So, of course, as you wish, and you might find if you stay through the whole session that you will access that greater space inside or that greater point of stillness or restfulness if you choose to stay. Hi, VS. I'm in Hawaii. Okay, great. Thanks, Deborah. Yeah, of course. Of course. All right, wonderful. What time is it? Let's begin. As a reminder, if you are not on Insight Timer, I invite you to come to Insight Timer and be with us in our community experience rather than being out there on an island, which of course is totally fine too. For anyone that I'm getting to meet for the first time, my name is Selena. I know many of you I'm getting to have our first live interactive experience together after being in the 30-day affirmation challenge. So, a warm welcome to everyone who's joining today. I always give a little intro, and then after the intro, we begin our 60-minute yoga asana session. So, that will be our flow today. Hmm. Just taking a moment to see your profiles and feel your presence, your little pictures bobbing up and down. Thank you for your presence and for being here. I have many recordings here on the app. I have a 10-day course, Yogic Practices for a Peaceful Life. Wonderful way to access that deeper stillness and nourish that relationship with the self. We are also inside of a live 5-week series right now on cultivating and nourishing the relationship with the soul. So come join us. Even if you missed yesterday's first session, no issue. You can come as you're able to these sessions. They're really, really wonderful. Hi, Neil. Yeah, feel free to say hi, my friends. I love hearing from you. Say hi, maybe say where you are in the world or something you're grateful for today. For our yoga asana practice today, I invite you to have your mat and any props that you like to use. I don't always use props, although I have them here because I know not all of us have them in our space. So please do have everything and anything that you'd like to use today. I list this as an intermediate session because I don't break down cues the way that I would in a beginner session. You may find this a rigorous, intense session today, and it may feel easy to you. Yes, we all have different experiences, we all have different cultivations in our physical bodies, and sometimes we might be super active in our lives and super fit, but we just have a day where we just need to rest. So I really invite you to honor your body wherever you are. If you need to just watch some of today because you're unfamiliar with it, go ahead. If you need to rest through half of the practice, go for it. If you want to add on to poses and you know how to safely maybe make them a little more intense, and that's what you'd like today, go for it. Please just keep in mind this mindfulness of honoring the body and honoring where you are today rather than feeling like you need to do exactly what I'm doing. Hi, Christine. Thanks for saying hi. Before I step back to the mat, just a reminder, if there are any technological issues that arise, I'm far away from the screen, so I can't see your comments. However, if the sound cuts out or something's clearly going wrong for everyone, drop a slew of emojis and I will see that, drop like 15 smiley faces or something that will, clearly that I can see from back there and I'll know to come over. That's my humble request so that we can be on the same page. Hi, Yvonne. Yes, my great pleasure. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to step back. I just like to give just a little intro to yoga whenever we come together. For those who are here for the first time, so I just like to say, feel free to take a comfortable seated position on a block, on a blanket, on your buns. What many of us are familiar with in the West when it comes to yoga is asana, which are the physical postures. And the physical postures of yoga are only one of 8 limbs or 8 different aspects of yoga. Yoga is this beautiful path to live the most harmonious, rich, coming home to self life experience. I'm not saying it's the only path or it's the only way. It does offer that though. It's kind of like a roadmap that has been around for thousands of years to live the most fulfilling life as a being of light on this planet. And if the words being of light don't resonate or they cause friction inside of you, forget that and just think about it as yoga is this 8-limb path, meaning these 8 different ways that we can show up in our lives and show up with ourselves and show up with others to live the best life possible. And this is only one aspect. All right. Once you're in your comfortable seated position, sit tall. We'll begin our 60-minute practice now. If for any reason you need to leave early, I really invite that you please take time to rest in Shavasana at the end, no matter how far you make it in this session today. Give yourself some integration time. And again, for anyone who's joining now, if something's going wrong with the sound or something is not working properly, just drop a whole bunch of emojis and I'll be able to see that and I'll come over and we can address it together. Thank you. Let's roll one shoulder up, back and down, the other shoulder up, back and down. Feel the crown of the head lifting up toward the sky, the hips relax down. Chin is slightly tucked so the energy can move freely up and down the spine. Close the eyes, allow there to be a space between the teeth. Let the jaw be relaxed. And if you wish, gently touch the tongue, the tip of the tongue, to the roof of the mouth just behind the upper teeth. Inhale slowly and deeply. Allow the exhalations to be a little longer than the inhalations. Even though we are in this alert position, feel as if your body is starting to settle and relax. You are giving yourself this gift of presence with you, with your inner world, with the body over these next 60 minutes. Notice what's happening inside without judging it or needing to change. Just notice, this is what's happening in the emotions, or this is what's happening in the body or the mind. Slow, deep breaths. If Ujjayi Pranayam is part of your practice, you can engage this ocean sounding breath. Slowly bring the palms to touch at the heart, Anjali Mudra. Feel the chest lifting up into the thumbs. We'll chant the sound Om together one time. Let's take a deep, full breath in. Om. Bow your chin slightly and set your sankalpa, your intention for practice. Release the hands to the knees, lift the head, sit tall. Let's take some mindful circles with the head and the neck. Allow there to be a space between the lips. And if you're already going really fast, I invite you to start to slow down the movement, slow down your breathing. Sometimes we are caught in these habits of moving quickly as a way to unconsciously, meaning we're not often or usually aware of it, as a way to not feel discomfort. Let's change directions. Whether that's physical discomfort, emotional discomfort, mental discomfort. The busyness keeps us from being present and having to meet ourselves where we are. Lovely. Bring the head back to neutral. Sit tall. Turn your chin over your left shoulder. And then turn your chin over your right shoulder. Left and right. Wonderful. Exhale to bring left ear down to left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Come back to center. Let's just roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Make the circles as big as you can. Really create some space in the shoulder joints. And then change directions. Open the arms out wide, palms face forward, and then start to gently pulse the arms back. Drop the shoulders down, pulse the arms back behind you. This Start to create this opening through this heart meridian. Open the chest a little more, pectoralis muscles. And then give a little shake. One final thing before we start to flow a little more. Interlace the hands, roll through the wrists. I'm so grateful to be together. Change directions. And a little shake. Great, make your way onto all fours. Wrists beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Lift the hands, spread the fingers wide. Root back down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Creases of the wrists are parallel with the top of the mat. Inhale, crown and tailbone lift up. Exhale, spine to sky, chin to chest. Inhale, melt the heart down, lift the tailbone, lift the head. Exhale, press the spine, the back up toward the sky. 2 more. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. Extend back through the right leg and then kick your left leg out to the left just a little. Roll to the inside of the right foot and then reach the sole of the foot down toward the earth. Bring your weight into your left hand. Reach the right arm up. Stay here if you wish, or reach the arm along the ear. Really lengthen the right side of the body. Shoulders pull away from ears. Breathe deeply. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Circle it all the way back down. Bring the knees and the feet in. Rock the hips a little side to side. We'll move on to the second side. Extend back through the left leg. Kick the right leg out just a little for balance here. Roll to the inside of the left foot. Sole of the foot reaches down toward the mat. Maybe it fully touches, maybe it doesn't. We all have different bodies. Weight in the right hand. Reach the left arm up. Option to bring it over the ear. Really lengthen this side of the body. Breathe. Shoulders away from ears. Inhale, reach the left arm up, circle it down, come back to all fours, rock the hips. Walk the hands a little further forward, keep them in alignment with the shoulders, root down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Draw the navel toward the spine. One of the most common ways we injure ourselves as yogis is by not having a strong core. We move into positions like this, looking for a stretch. And this is a great way to strain the low back. So we start to engage the core. So imagine that your navel is drawing up toward your spine. There's this length that starts to happen in the low back. So we're starting to mindfully engage through the core. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend one knee at a time, reach the opposite heel back, start to stretch the legs, move side to side, and keep hugging the navel toward the spine. Shoulders pull up away from ears. Reach both heels down for the mat. Option to bend the knees here if there's a lot of tension in the back body. Crown of the head reaches toward the mat. Breathe deeply. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Chest presses back toward thighs. Inner elbows roll forward. Shoulder blades move down the back with that motion. On your next inhalation, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat and fold forward. Fingertips to shins, rock the weight forward, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, hug the navel toward the spine, reach the arms all the way up. You have the option to bend the knees here when we move up and down. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. So as a reminder, anytime you need to take a pause, you're not feeling comfortable with something, or you just need to rest, please honor your body as we move more in the practice. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, bow forward, option to bend the knees. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, flat back, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back, high plank. Lower down knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes, elbows draw back and close. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Pubic bone stays in contact with the mat. Exhale to lower, tuck the toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Hug the navel toward the spine. Root down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Fold forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, shoulders back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, option to bend the knees, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms wide. Exhale, let swan dive forward, hug the navel toward the spine. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or lightly hop back, high plank. Move down to your Bhujangasana, or we'll move through Chaturanga to come up to upward facing dog. If you're choosing upward facing dog, the thighs are completely off of the mat. You're pressing firmly into the tops of the feet, reaching the chest forward so that we don't compress the lumbar spine. We'll all make our way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. So as we move through our vinyasas, I invite you to choose Bhujangasana, Cobra, or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, or you can actually just skip the vinyasa altogether and come to downward facing dog if that's where your body's at today. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop and fold forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, hug the navel toward the spine, rise up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Strong core. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back and move through your vinyasa of choice. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big toes touch. Inhale the right leg up and back. Hug the navel in. Press out through the ball of the right foot. Keep the hips square here at first. Lift the right leg a little higher. Lift the shoulders up away from the ears. Beautiful, friends. Bend the right knee. Stack the hips. Allow the foot to fall behind. Starting to open up through the front of the right side body here. Lift the knee a little higher. Inhale, square the hips, lengthen the leg. Option to stay here, or exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, up and back, lengthen. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross the body, left elbow. Beautiful. One more round of this if you wish. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow. Warming things up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, softly step the right foot through between the hands. Keep the back heel lifted. Option to lower the back knee if you wish. Belly and thigh. Sink down into the front leg. Reach the arms alongside the body. Hug the navel toward the spine. Inhale, reach up, crescent lunge. Bend the back knee, tilt the tailbone down, hug the navel in. So we lengthen the low back here. Then begin to extend through that left leg. You'll notice it probably changes the sensation in this pose. Drop the shoulders down. Inhale, straighten the legs, rise up. Keep this nice engagement here. Exhale, sink down into your lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale. Exhale. Great, we'll do this one more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down. Beautiful. Release the hands behind the back. Interlace the hands. Open through the chest. Sink a little lower if that feels good. One more breath here. You got this. Really warming things up. Release the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, touch down. Step the right leg back. Move through your vinyasa of choice. Or just come to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, big toes touch. Inhale the left leg up and back. Keep the hips square. Press out through the ball of the left foot. Hug the navel in. Lift the leg a little higher. Bend the left knee. Stack the hips. Allow that foot to fall behind. Lift the knee a little higher. Great. Square the hips, lengthen the leg. Option to stay here in three-legged dog or exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee, left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow. One more round if you wish. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, softly step left foot through between the hands. May take a few steps, that's totally okay. Back heel stays lifted, belly on thigh. Again, option to lower the back knee if you wish here. Arms alongside the body, sink a little lower. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Bend the back knee. Now, I just want you to see here, maybe you can see it from this angle, why we do this. So often when we come up from this crescent lunge, the weight is moving forward, the chest is extended out, the belly is extended out, and this is becoming crunched. Even if we have a lot of mobility and flexibility here, there's still this sense of things really getting compressed in the lumbar spine. So what we're doing is we're creating length and opening and muscle stability here. Activation. So let's bend the back knee to tilt the tailbone down. So rather than doing this, we bend to tilt, hug the navel toward the spine. And once we have this nice alignment, you can even see the head is more over the pelvis. Then I begin to straighten and I'll notice a lot more tension here. Maybe it's in a different part of your body, but that's where I really notice it. We're getting a workout on this side, yeah? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, rise up, lift up onto the ball of the back foot. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen, relax the shoulders down. Exhale. Two more. From your lunge, release the hands behind the back, opposite thumb on top this time. Interlace hands, maybe begin to extend through the arms. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, touch down. Step the left leg back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Knees, chest in, or Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Become aware of what's happening inside. Where is your mind? Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, step, or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Just going to check and make sure everything is still working well here. Okay, great. All right, beautiful. Palms touch at the heart. Inhale, reach the arms wide, lengthen up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, flat back, weight in the toes. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back, move through your vinyasa, or just come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big toes touch. Inhale, right leg up and back, bend the knee, stack the hips. Inhale, lengthen, square the hips. Optional knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow. Option to stay here or extend that right leg through to the edge of the outer edge of the right foot. Roll to the inside of the left foot. Bring your weight into your right hand. Reach that left arm up. Beautiful. Lift the hips up. Left arm over ear. This beautiful opening of a Vashisthasana version here. Lift the hips a little higher. Inhale, reach the left hand down. Kick that right leg back up. Exhale, softly step it through between the hands. Nice play there, my friends. Option to bring the back knee down if you wish. Inhale, crescent lunge. Find your pose. Yes, we've gone over this many times, or even if it's just your first time together today, one time we're starting to remember how to find this nice alignment. Inhale. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, reach up, center. Exhale, twist open. Inhale. Exhale, beautiful. Stay here or reach your right hand down for the back of your left thigh and reach the left arm up and over. Inhale, reach both arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, release the back heel down and pivot so that you turn your toes and your hips to the left side of your mat. See that your stance is nice and wide here. Let's start by turning the toes out. So the knees are moving over the toes. Move your weight from side to side. Extend through that right leg and then extend through the left leg, side to side. Actually, I think that is, now that my back is to you, that probably does look like the same leg as me. You know what I mean. Side to side. Make your way back to center. Now turn your toes in slightly here and draw your kneecaps up. So we're going to activate the front of the thighs. Beautiful. Navel towards spine. Lengthen up. Feel the crown of the head lifting up. Active legs. Toes are slightly turned in. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Keep drawing the navel toward the spine. Now, for some of us, we are really up high here, and that's totally okay. If you have a block, feel free to stack a block or two so you can place your hands on it. If you're able to come all the way down to the ground, you may wish to bring the palms down with the fingers pointing in the same direction as the toes. If you have a lot of space here, you may even begin to walk your hands back between your feet Wrists beneath elbows, bend the elbows, maybe even bring the forehead close to the mat. This is fun. I don't know the last time I've led this pose this way online. Hi. Another option here is to turn the hands around, reach the arms through, and then rock the weight a little more into the toes. Nice, friends. Whichever option you're choosing, breathe deeply. Allow the head and the neck to be relaxed. Keep lifting the kneecaps, engaging the thighs. Let's take one more slow, deep breath here. Very nice. If your hands are back, begin to walk them forward first. Place the hands down. Again, if you're not reaching down here and you have a block, please utilize that. And if you don't have the support that you need, please feel free to just maybe watch or do something else that works well for your body here. Bring your left hand into the midline between your feet, underneath your face, you could say. Keep your hips level as they are. Hug the navel toward the spine. Reach the right arm up. Let's come into a nice wide twist here. Turn your gaze up toward your right thumb. And again, keep those hips stable and the sacrum nice and flat as much as you can. Slowly release that right hand down. This time bring the right palm down in front of the face, underneath the face. Hug the navel in. Reach the left arm up. Keep the hips square. Turn your gaze up toward your left thumb. Slowly release the hand down. Draw the kneecaps up. Bring your hands to your hips. Press into your feet. Flat back. Rise all the way up. Beautiful, friends. Drop those shoulders back and down. Hug the navel in. Turn your right toes back toward the top of the mat. Lift your back leg to come up onto that back ball of the foot, finding your way back toward a crescent lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, touch down. Step the right leg back. Move through your vinyasa. And maybe if you want to play here, you can keep that right leg lifted as you move down through your Chaturanga. Big toes touch. Inhale the left leg up and back. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Inhale, lengthen, square the hips, optional, knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross the body, right elbow. Option to stay here. Extend the left leg through to the outer edge of the foot. Roll to the inside of the right foot. Lift the hips up. Reach the right arm up. Maybe that right arm reaches over the ear. Keep lifting the hips. Beautiful, my friends. Keep rooting down through the base of the index finger and thumb of that bottom hand. You got this. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Extend that left leg up and back. Softly step it through between the hands. Rise up. Option to lower the back knee, yes. Find your nice adjustment here. Yes, beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Option to stay here or gently touch the back of the right thigh with your left hand. Reach the right arm up and over. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And I feel like we might have done something else here, but I'm not sure. So let's actually, no, I don't think we did. Drop that back heel down, turn the left toes in, and find your stance so that your feet are in alignment here. My right foot was much further forward than my left. So find this nice alignment. Turn the toes in. Actually, let's do a moment of horse stance here. So turn the toes out so that the knees are moving over the toes. You don't have to take a super wide plie here. This is not about, oh, you're cool if you can open your feet wider. We just really want to make sure we have a healthy stance so that the knees are moving over the toes and we're protecting our wonderful, amazing joints that we love so much. You may find if your feet are very wide that it's better to kind of bring them a little closer. We're kind of moving for this position where maybe the knees are coming over the ankles, maybe. Now, from here, many of us, between having a lot of tension in the hips or working on our core strength, will do things like this. So let's play with this together to see if we can find the position that works with our bodies where they are and also gives us maximum benefit. Hug the navel toward the spine. You have your nice foot position here. Drop your tailbone down. Rather than sticking it out, feel like it's dropping down a little behind you. Then, with the crown of the head over the pelvis, begin to sink your weight down. Now, for some of us, there's a lot of tension or our legs aren't strong enough yet. And so, this is as far as we're going to go. Totally okay. Honor that. Hang out here. If you're able to, we'll continue to lower even more, even more. Beautiful, beautiful, my friends. And then we'll take goddess pose here with the arms open. Hug the navel in. There's this fierceness that builds, and also this amazing connection from the root chakra and all of the chakras down, anchoring into Mata Gaia, into Mother Earth. If your knees are collapsing forward, feel like they're gently pressing back. Oh, beautiful. Press into the feet, rise up, release the arms, give a little shake. Lovely. Let's find a wider stance with the feet again. With the toes out first, just bend your knees a little. Let's release any residual tension. And then we'll turn the toes in again the way we did last time. This is a really wide stance here, my friends. Wide open space. Toes are slightly turned in. Hug the navel toward the spine. Roll the shoulders up and back. Interlace the hands behind the back. And if you can, begin to straighten the arms, open the chest. Hug the navel in. So rather than popping forward here, there's this nice engagement and support in the core. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge forward. Draw the kneecaps up, active thighs. If you're able to, begin to lift the knuckles up and away from the spine so that maybe they even start to come over the head. Draw the shoulder blades back toward one another. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe. Rock the weight forward into the toes a little more. 4 more breaths here. Hug the navel in, press into the feet, activate the thighs to rise all the way up. Release the hands, allow them to float by the sides of the bodies for a moment. Beautiful. Mm, so lovely. Turn your left toes toward the top of the mat. Lift your back leg to come back into your crescent lunge-ish. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, touch down. Step the left leg back. Option to keep it lifted as you lower down. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths in downward facing dog. What is happening in your inner world now? Lower the knees to the mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Sink the hips back to the heels. Balasana. You can walk the hands forward. Relax the upper body. Maybe the forehead touches down. Relax any strain or reaching in the arms or the shoulders. Let the body be heavy. Recall your sankalpa, your intention. How are you being with yourself with this intention? Slow, deep breaths. On your next inhalation, rock yourself back up to all fours. If your knees are wide, bring them back in so that they're in alignment with the hips. Tuck the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend the knees, walk your feet one step at a time, all the way up to the top of the mat. Hang here for a moment. You can bend the knees if that feels good. Hug the navel in. Gently shake the head, no and yes. Feet are underneath the hips here, so we have a little more stability rather than the big toes touching. Bend your knees, let your belly rest on or toward your thighs. Keep your upper body really relaxed. Rock your weight a little more into your heels and begin to roll up the spine, one vertebra at a time. The upper body is really relaxed like a rag doll. The head is the very last thing to come up here. Nice little reset through the spine. Shoulders drop back and down. Crown of the head lifts up. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's play a little bit with some standing balance, and then we'll start to cool down. I had one in mind, but I kind of feel like we should do another. Okay, yeah, we're going to do a Nataraj Asana, dancing Shiva pose. And again, I know sometimes in asana classes or sessions, there are certain poses we can't do, right? Whether it's because we have an injury or our body isn't conditioned that way, or some of us are literally not built to be able to do some of these really pretzel-y poses. And it can feel a little discouraging. So if you ever find yourself working with a pose like that, why don't we play a new game today? Why don't we have the game be, if you ever find yourself working with a pose like that, just shower your body with gratitude. Thank your body for all of the things that it can do. Thank your body for all of the ways that it does support you. Just meet your body in a different way mentally. And if you want, you can say, I would like to learn to do this. I would like to see if I can condition this amazing body to do this, right? Rather than just getting caught in that, oh, I can't do it. I'm this, I'm that. No, this body is freaking amazing. Your body is incredible. So let's shower it with gratitude. And then if you wish, you can think about conditioning, right? Because that's what it takes. You know, many of us, I mean, some of us are kind of like born with these pretzel bodies, but many of us have to condition. And one other thing here, I know we're right in the middle of our practice, so you can breathe mindfully here. Many of us who are born very flexible, for example, it doesn't mean that we know how to engage our muscles properly. It doesn't mean that we're working with the correct alignment. So if you feel like, oh, I'm not flexible, yoga's not for me, or I'm, have a disadvantage. No, we're all in this together because we all need to learn to be with our bodies in these different ways, no matter where we are on the spectrum of flexibility. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So Nataraj Asana. We'll turn my back to you so it's a little easier to see. Let's bring the weight over into the left leg. left leg. So, and if you can spread the toes on that left foot. Open your right arm out to the side with your palm facing upward. Thumb is pointing back behind you. Hug the navel in, lengthen up. So we're already kind of finding some activity in this pose. With the weight in the left leg, you can have a micro bend in this knee, so we're not hyperextending at all in this leg. Lift the right foot and then reach for the inside of the foot. And I have this nice shoulder opening here. My thumb is pointing back behind me and my hand is on the inside of the foot. Now from here, I'm going to drop my right hip down. Rather than getting stuck up here, drop the right hip down, drop the right shoulder. Left arm reaches up. Maybe take chin mudra if you wish by gently covering the index finger with the thumb. Hug the navel in. Now, before we lean forward at all here, begin to really kick the foot into the hand. So we create this dynamic movement here. Then, if it feels good, begin to hinge forward. Continue to kick the foot strongly into the hand and focus your gaze, your drishti, on one point on the floor or the wall ahead of you. Whenever you're ready to come out of the pose, kick the foot into the hand to rise back up and release slowly. Inhale. Exhale, gracefully release. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale. Beautiful. I'll turn to the side this time so we can have a different angle here. This time we'll bring the weight over into right foot, yeah? Over into the right foot. Spread those toes if that makes any sense. Left arm is out to the left. Palm is facing up to the sky. Thumb points back behind you. Lift the left foot and reach for the inside of the foot. And you can see here I'm doing this same thing. We've been adjusting the whole time. So I'm going to drop my left hip down and reach my tailbone down. Yes, rather than being here, I start here. So I have this nice core engagement. Drop the left hip down. Again, the left shoulder is open. Right arm reaches up. Maybe take chin mudra. Drishti is focused on one point. Begin to kick the foot into the hand and then maybe begin to lean forward. Continue kicking the foot into the hand. Even when you're ready to come out of the pose, keep that dynamic engagement. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to gracefully release. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Beautiful, friends. Let's make our way to the top of the mat. Our final vinyasa of our practice today. Palms touch at the heart. Inhale, reach the arms wide, lengthen up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. Move through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Bring your right knee all the way up to the right wrist and release it down. Walk your right foot out so that it's in front of your left hip. Yes, so you're walking that foot out in front of the left hip. Keep your back leg lifted, back knee lifted, and begin to wiggle your foot back. So rather than just dropping down here, we're creating length on the front side of the body. So wiggle the foot, so the pelvis comes closer to the earth. If your right hip is lifted, you're more than welcome to place a block or maybe a blanket underneath it. My invitation here is to keep your hips square rather than dropping off on one side or the other and twisting the spine or curving the spine. Let's keep the hips square. Option to stay here, begin to walk the hands forward. Maybe use your hands as a pillow. Slow, deep breaths. Allow there to be a space between the teeth and the lips. Relax the jaw, relax the neck, relax the glutes. And you may notice, especially in this pose, that there is a deep tension that is held in the groin. The pelvis is where the root chakra is. And this energetic center is the root of our sense of survival and safety, belonging in the world. And so we often hold a great amount of tension in these deeper muscles of the pelvis and the groin. So you might even imagine as you breathe deeply and exhale fully that whatever tension is being held in the pelvis and the hips is starting to unwind with each exhalation. One more slow, deep breath here. If you're forward, use your hands to slowly come up. Tuck your back toes under. Bring your back knee in closer. Bring your right knee back. And then circle a couple of times in each direction. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left knee moves up to left wrist. Walk your left foot out so that it's in front of the right hip. Keep the back knee lifted. Wiggle yourself back, 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 back. Lengthen the front side of the body. And then when you come down, even if the left hip is lifted, keep your hips square. Yes. If you wish, you can begin to walk forward here with the hands and find a position that is more or less, maybe not comfortable in pigeon pose, but at least supportive. Think about your spine being in alignment here rather than curving off to one side or the other. And we often hold deep tension in the hips, of course, as well as the pelvis, as I just mentioned. So, how can you meet yourself with maybe a thought of kindness or compassion here? Sometimes a lot of anger starts to come up here. So, whatever's coming up, can you meet yourself where you are and breathe into whatever's there? Relax the jaw, the face. Let your heart soften. One more slow, deep breath here. If you're forward, use your hands to come up. Tuck the back toes under to bring the knee in closer. Bring the left knee back and let's take a couple of circles in each direction. Rock the hips side to side and gracefully make your way onto your back. It's funny, we say so many different things in yoga cues, like gracefully. It's a nice idea. It doesn't always happen that way, right? All right, on the back. Hug the knees toward the chest, rock a little side to side. Open the arms out to a T or a cactus if you don't have enough space. And allow the knees to fall over to the left. You're welcome to take any variation with the arms and the legs here that feels good for you. Turn your chin toward your right shoulder. And breathe deeply. Close the eyes. Feel the lungs filling with breath as you inhale, and the whole body relaxing as you exhale. Inhale to slowly come through center. We'll change sides. Knees fall over to the right, chin toward the left. And again, take whatever variation on this side that you did on the other side. Inhale to come back to center. We'll take 1 minute here for yogi's choice. I don't lead inversions online. So if you'd like to take an inversion that you feel safe to take, or any last pose that your body's asking for, just a minute here. If you're ready for Savasana, you can extend the legs down the mat. If your final pose requires 2 sides, go ahead and change sides. And then we'll all make our way into Shavasana. Allow the legs to extend down the mat, feet wide, toes fall out to the sides. Arms alongside the body with the palms facing upward. You can tuck the shoulders under you if that feels good. Chin is just slightly tucked so the back of the neck is long. Wiggle and fidget as much as you need, and then I invite you to commit to stillness for this final pose. Being still and surrendering to what is such a invaluable practice because in our lives we live reacting to everything all of the time, our thoughts, emotions, physical sensations. So in Shavasana, we choose to be Shiv, this energy of presence, of pure space. We can practice observing all of these different sensations and experiences without needing to react. And you might even find that in this pose, you're able to just let the thoughts pass. Rather than grasping for anything, just allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to dissolve into the oneness. Eyes are closed. Let it all be. Nothing to do, nothing to control. Just be. I invite you to stay in this pose for as long as you wish. If you're ready to complete, start to deepen the breath. Feel your body held by the earth. Very slowly move fingers and toes like you're experiencing your body for the first time, this gratitude and curiosity and awe. Inhale, reach your arms up by your ears, stretch. Exhale. Bend your knees, slowly roll over onto one side. When you're ready, use your hands to come up to a seat with the eyes closed. Take a moment to just hold your heart, palms on your chest. Offer yourself gratitude. love. Palms touch in Anjali Mudra. Feel your sternum lifting up into your thumbs. And we'll complete offering the benefit of our practice to all beings and all of creation. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu 3 times. And then Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings and all of creation be happy, peaceful, and free. Peace, peace, peace. Inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, beloveds. Grab a chair and come sit with you for a moment. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your donations, for your presence. How are you, my beloved friends, sweet souls? How are you in your experience with yourself right now? Stretched out. Awesome, Davy. Ah, thank you. Thank you all. Oh, great, Almaz. You stayed. Yeah, do you feel more of that restful feeling in your being? It's amazing, I find especially, well, I can only speak to Western culture because that's what I'm exposed to the most. But in Western culture, there are certain people who say, I can't stand yoga or really don't like yoga. And of course, they're speaking to the physical postures of yoga. And for so many, it's because there's such a rajasic tendency. There's just so much activity. And like I was saying at the beginning, um, these patterns of staying busy or agitated is a way to not have to feel what's really going on or be with discomfort inside. And so when we practice the yoga asanas, not only are we intentionally breathing into the tension of the physical body as it's being stretched, but we are slowing down. It's a very mindful practice, yes, a very mindful experience. And so we are inevitably going to meet those uncomfortable places when we practice yoga. So, and there's nothing wrong with anyone. People are welcome to have their preferences. I just find it's kind of fascinating to me how so many of the people who say that they don't like yoga, it's because they haven't found a way to be with themselves. There's just too much pain. There's just too much going on. And they haven't found that. And we all have that in our own ways. Yeah. Well, actually, I can't speak for you. I'll speak for myself. I have that in my own ways, ways that I check out or do or don't do things because it's just too much to be with the discomfort sometimes. All right, my beloveds. Our next session together, I think I have I'm trying out these new days. We used to use be together different days live. So we are going to be together again next Wednesday for the continuation of our Cultivating and Nourishing the Relationship with the Soul series. So that's Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll be together. I'll double check, but I do believe that our next time to practice yoga asanas together is this same time, same place next week, which would be Friday at 3 p.m. Whoop, wrong app. 3 p.m. Eastern. And we're almost there. Yes, 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 yes. So July 29th, 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be back to be together again. Thank you. And if you haven't already joined the 30-day yoga affirmation challenge on the app, that's still happening. And there are just so many wonderful offerings. And one thing that's really nice about the challenge is they asked all of the teachers participating to keep the meditation short. I know many of us love to just have like a long, luxurious experience. And there's something really nice about being able to have like a 7-minute meditation that we can just jump into, have a little mental emotional reset that serves the physical body as well, of course, and then we move on with our day. So if you haven't already joined, I invite you to join us there. Oh, in our group, we have a group on the app, Love Heals All. Come join us on the Love Heals All, in the Love Heals All group to be in community together. Okay. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for being in my life and in my heart and allowing me to be part of your life. And I can't wait to be with some of you in Costa Rica. I just can't wait. I'm so thrilled. So thrilled. I love you. See you soon, my friends. Oh, beautiful Davy. You are so loved. So loved. I love you. I'm so grateful for your presence on the planet. So grateful. See you soon, my friends.